Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno. I'm the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm going to be answering a reader's question. Antonio, what do I do with all this old clothing in my closet? All right, before I get into it, guys, go ahead and I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you get all these videos delivered right to you. If you like the video, if you find it useful, appreciate the like, and leave me a comment down below on how I can make these videos better, what questions you may have, and what you think of the video, and how maybe you can add value to it. Guys, I really appreciate when you go in there and add value to the videos. Your comments, I mean, it's really pretty cool to be able to get the group mind, and I really appreciate you guys being a part of the community we've created here. Okay, so the question came in, it's Antonio. Okay, what does a style guru like you do with men like me who have to dress themselves with only the nice clothing they purchased long ago when they used to have money? That, Antonio, is a question I'd love to see you answer. Well, it's a good question. And so I imagine the gentleman's situation is maybe he's a little bit older, doesn't maybe have the high-paying job he used to, and he's having to make do with the current clothing in his wardrobe. But many of you guys out there, maybe you're a bit younger and you're going into a thrift store and you're looking around and you find something that fits you great, but it looks like it stepped out of the 1980s. Or you've gotten some clothing handed to you and wow, these shirts look really nice, but they look like they're from the 1970s. Can I pull this off? Okay, so that's what we're going to be addressing. Number one is you can wear pretty much anything if you're confident. And I really think I've seen a number of older guys be able to do this. They actually look like they're still from that time period. They're maybe wearing the older hats. They're wearing, the brown suits, and they're able to pull it off. Because you know why? They've been pulling it off. This isn't a costume. This is who they are. So if you really wrap yourself into it, and you can, takes a little bit of strength. And yeah, some people will recognize that the clothing is dated. But for a lot of people, it's going to be, hey, he's simply, he's actually dressed better and he's got his own style. I had a friend who had a number of shirts and ties from the 1970s. His father gave them to him. And yeah, they were a bit wider ties and the shirts were kind of psychedelic, but Rob pulled that look off. And it was his own style. He made it his own. And really when it came down to it, he got that clothing for free. So he was able to rock it. And I think he did a really good job doing that. To this day, he's probably never watched one of my videos. But Rob Rapp, if you are watching this, that was dedicated to you. Okay, so point number two, let's take that clothing in and get it adjusted. So it may be that your body has changed and that's why you don't feel that the clothing can be worn anymore. A lot of times when a man gets older, he loses a bit of weight, he loses a bit of muscle. And in that case, take the clothing to a tailor, get it adjusted. Another thing, maybe the lapels are a bit too wide. Maybe they're too skinny. Maybe the tie's a bit too wide. I had a company reach out to me the other day. They actually were adjusting ties, making them a bit, basically slimming them up. So you can take clothing to a tailor, you can take it to a seamstress, and for pennies on the dollar for what it would cost to buy something new, you can actually get that adjusted to fit you better. So the last point I'm going to make is to take the clothing and actually sell it on eBay or sell it on another website where you can get premium dollar, and then take that money and go to a thrift store. Go to a place where there isn't going to be, basically you're doing a little bit of arbitrage here, but if you've got a lot of that clothing and it's still of good quality, there's possibly people that want this clothing, especially people in costume departments. If you know how to take good pictures, know how to create a good description, you'd be surprised at what you can get for that used clothing. Then turn around and go to your local thrift stores. A lot of these places, they actually don't know how to price items, and you'll have to do a little bit of weeding through, but I understand you don't have the money, but the money that you just sold your clothing for, you can go out there and build yourself a new wardrobe. So hopefully these tips were useful, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think and how I can make this better, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.